up, people? It is your boy, Cool McCain. Live in the building. This is Monarchs of Wrestling. I will be joined by the Playmaker in a bit. We're a little bit behind tonight, Things get a little crazy, life be life, and all that good stuff. But the most important part, we live and direct in your monitor, TV, phone, tablet, whatever. It's been an interesting week. Y'all know we have a normal kind of process that we do, NXTNA. We normally hit that, slide into a little AEW, then finish up with some WWE. But tonight, we're going to do things just a little bit differently. So, I'd like to start with Dynamite because I think some interesting things happened on Dynamite. And it was definitely one of the shows that was watched a bit highly than a lot of other episodes, right? We've been building towards some things, and we did have something I was hoping was going to happen beyond hope, but I didn't want to put it out there because I didn't want to mix up anything. You know what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying. Like, you know how you want something, you be like, all right, I want that to happen, but I don't want to, like, put it out because I don't want to make it happen. I want to be the reason it don't happen because I try to jinx it, try to run and throw it out there real quick in it. So, long story short, we had a nice little turn to talk about. This is the episode coming off Grand Slam. MJF won a Grand Slam. Hangman Adam Page won a Grand Slam over Andrade El Idolo. So they had a little face-to-face meet off. Kenny Omega and Swerve fought. And we had some other matches and good things happen. So what's fun, I don't feel like we're ever going to get a match for the Continental Championship because John Moxley having eliminator matches, and John Moxley keeps beating everybody. And if you're aware of how the eliminator matches work, in order to have an eliminator match, you have to kind of look at it and say, all right, I have this happening, I have that happening. What I mean when I say this happening, I look at it and I say, okay, I have a match that I have to, that the champion has to lose. Then that person that just beat the champion gets another match. But John Moxley, for the most part, except for Konosuke Takeshita, has been winning. So there hasn't been a need to have actual matches, right? So, and that wasn't a loss. It was just I guess you would call it a draw. So with that being said, no one else has been able to beat Moxley. So you just kind of got, him fighting. He had one with Mark Davis on this past episode. And he beat Mark Davis. Long story short. Next up, Young Bucks. FTR comes out. They have a little mic time, talking a little smack. They're the greatest tag team, yada yada, blah blah blah. And as Stokely Carmichael gets the mic, Big Stoke gets the mic. Well, excuse me, I said Carmichael. Stokely Hathaway, thinking Black History Month. If you know. So comes out, they're talking. He's still in his wheelchair and everything. As he's talking smack, the Young Bucks super kick both of FTR. He turns around terrified. And Stokely gets super kicked as well, and they officially challenged FTR for the World Team Championships at Revolution, which is going to be our next pay-per-view. It was decent, right? I mean, the match with John Moxley, I didn't even talk about it great or anything for it, or talk about how I felt about it, because I mean, I didn't feel like Mark Davis was going to beat Moxley. But this is a decent segment. It sets up me to be set up, and that's all that matters. Then we had a TBS championship match, guys. We haven't talked about the TBS championship much because we've been focused on Willow Nightingale being one half of the women's tag team champions. But this was her defending the championship in a fatal four-way match against Marina Shafir, Megan Bayne, and Mina Shirakawa. I will say this: Willow Nightingale has definitely been putting time in at the gym to help. I want to make sure I use the proper words here, to help tone her body. And you can see the difference. I mean, she's not a small woman by any means, but you can see that she's becoming more toned, which I admire when someone says, you know what, this is something that I can fix to maybe be more appealing, or just, you know, something I want to do. And definitely been working on that. And you can see the difference in her from when she started with AEW until now. And I feel like she's going to just continue to improve her conditioning and things as much as she wants to. Long story short, Willow wins the match. Mina Shirakawa, of course, was the one who took the pin. So, we'll see how that plays out. That's a problem for another day. Hangman, MJF. Word for MJF talks. He hates Hangman to begin. He has two losses to Hangman Adam Page. Then Hangman comes out and he says, you know, I hate you too, but I hate you because we're a lot alike. Hangman said, I have a stipulation. Do the stipulation, and if you still win, I'll never challenge for the world title again if I lose. So he agreed. Hangman wants a Texas Death Match, and Jeff wants a week to see if he can come up with something else. I feel like if they do the Texas Death Match, we know that Hangman can't lose this match, because if he does, then he's Cody Rhodes, and that means Hangman's going to bounce. So, you know, he talked about how he needed to be champion, among other things within that. So I feel like it was a quality segment, right? It set up things a lot, because that's the most important thing, is getting everything set up for the pay-per-view. Yolanda says, hello. Hey, Yolanda, your brother be on sooner or later. She says, getting ready to go to Raw, but I'm listening for a little bit. Hey, we appreciate that. Raw's going to be fun. Unfortunately, you'll already be there by the time we start talking about it, I'm sure. But, hey, just glad you were able to tune in, chop it up with your boy a little bit. We had Gay Kidd and Clark Connors against Orange Cassidy and Tomohiro Ishii. I'll just tell you that Ishii and Cassidy won against Connors and Kidd. You know, of course, Orange Cassidy's team was probably going to win. So we have a debuting tag team, the Brawling Birds, against Viva Van and Becca. But that's Becca with a 3 instead of an E. Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor are the Brawling Birds. Of course, they defeat Becca with a 3 and Van. So they're headed up the tag team ladder. That'll be interesting. See how that plays out. We then had Kevin Knight versus the Beast Mortis. We don't hear a lot about Mortis, but hey, he's dating Sasha Banks, so we don't need to hear much about him. I know it's Mercedes Monet and AEW, but just go with Sasha Banks. Like, y'all know how I do. Sometimes I just like, we're gonna real name it and keep it moving. Kevin Knight did beat Beast Mortals by pinfall. And again, when you're not heavily featured on TV and then you get a big time match, you normally lose. And that's what happened with Beast Mortals. All right. So I do have my co-host in the building. We're gonna go ahead and bring him on, let him get in right before we talk about the reason behind me. All right. So Key. What's up? What's up, Key? Playmaker.
What's
What's going
up?
on, my boy?
Sorry, I'm out late. I had to take care of some family business real quickly, but I'm here. I'm here. I make sure I was here because we do have a PLE this weekend,
We do.
and
So
all of a sudden, somebody want to get unpredictable. All of a sudden, how funny that works out.
main event time. AEW Dynamite.
Oof.
We got a gentleman whose new theme music says most dangerous. That tells me this man's dangerous. That
Very
tells me
dangerous.
something's gonna happen. And finally, because one thing I'm gonna tell you, I don't really like a good guy Swerve. You know why? He's too chained. He can't just act how you want to act. I
Don't
like
every wrestler don't every wrestler say the same thing though when it comes to that, like being a heel versus a baby face.
yeah, but some
You
people
get
are just born to live in tweener heel land, and some people are born to live in babyface land. Some people tween land. Like you're just born as your wrestler, personality to be certain things.
For
Swerve
example,
is
let
not
me
that
to help you
face,
out. Rey Mysterio, he's born to be a babyface. You have never seen that
yes,
man be here like that.
right. But Swerve, my boy Swerve, after he beat Kenny Omega clean, he flipped and he gave him that work. And me, I'm for it because Kenny Omega said, I don't like you talk trash to this man the whole time. He tried to help you. You came at him wrong. And you got what you deserve, Mr. Omega. And I think it's another way to write Kenny Omega off for a bit because he's got a diverticulitis. So it's hard for him to consistently, I think, show up every week and wrestle and everything. I think he needs those breaks. He doesn't quite want to be a part-time wrestler, so getting him written off and things like this will definitely be a positive. All right. Key also says, whose house? Most dangerous. Most dangerous. Key also says, I don't think Bianca will win either, even though she was on in NXT. So Yolanda calls you out, sir. While headed to Raw, says Ray was heel once in WCW when he wasn't wearing a mask.
That's
LOL.
the only time you saw him here. Ever since then, he's been a what?
When he was a filthy animal. I mean, you
Ever
can't be.
since he been in WWE, what he has been.
I'm just saying. I mean, I do respect the fact that they try to make him a good guy in a group called the Filthy Animals. You can't really do that. Though WCW, like, if you really think about it, they named a group of Hispanic people Filthy Animals. Is that really, nah, I'm not gonna get into it.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Not
Not
doing
today.
it.
Not tonight. Not tonight. Maybe
Not,
another. That's a
not
story for
doing it.
another day. Story for
Not
another
doing
day.
it. Another day. I'm about to digress, y'all. I'm about to go down the whole digression. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna
But I'm
chill.
saying though,
I'm not gonna do it.
that man been in WWE since 2002. Have you ever seen him here?
That's very true. That's very true. So we started a little late, so I'm gonna go ahead and slide over to the TNA half of NXTNA. Important things that happen in TNA. Moose is on that vibe. He's still on their revenge tour.
Yes.
Mickey James, Miss Hardcore Country, gave the word to Ash by Elegance. And there's a couple of more things we could talk about, but for time, because we want to get y'all right and get you prepared for Raw, right? And we'll take a few more minutes and we'll talk about TNA next week. I don't want to do them like that. But Playmaker, the floor is yours. NXT. Anything you want to talk about NXT wise?
Your girl Kalani James beat my girl Lola Vice.
They're both my girls, but Kalani Cakes does win out.
That's why I said it that way.
But Lola, hey, don't be trying to act like I ain't got no love for Miss Lola either.
But your love is not mine.
We can't do that. We cannot give the people mistruths and untruths.
Mistruths. My love for Lola Vice outweighs the love for Kalani. Your love for Kalani outweighs the love for Lola Vice.
I'm gonna have to push back on that as well. It's a different kind of love, but I love Miss Kalani Cakes and Miss Juicy Yams very similarly, for different ways. I think she's gonna be yam. I think you know what?
You know how he changed this whole situation around.
Official right now.
He has never gave Lola Vice a cake name until tonight.
She's gonna be Yam Cakes. That's gonna be Lola. She's gonna be Yam Cakes.
You said Juicy Cakes. I was like, he did not.
I'm officially she's gonna be Yam Cakes.
Yam Cakes.
They juicy, but there's a lot of juicy cakes. So in order for her to be set apart, you don't call her Miss Yam Cakes.
Because you have never given her a name until tonight.
Well, I try to sparse it out. I don't want to, every week I'm naming more cakes, because if that's the case, we'll be naming cakes every week from now until infinity. You know what I'm saying? And beyond. So
I ain't close like here.
You know what I'm saying? Key says, I swear I know how to write English. Then she says, ooh, the yams. Yolanda says, I disagree with you, Playmaker. She says you was in love with Kalani too.
I did not say my love for Lola Vice outweighs the love for Kalani.
But that's what I'm saying. My love is very equal for these two particular luscious young ladies.
He does not love all K's equally.
Thank you. I love.
He does not love. He does not love all K's equally, because I already know who's number one on that list.
Who's number one on that list, sir?
Bailey.
But I still love the case equally. You gotta rank them.
I ain't saying you don't love the case. I'm saying
you gotta rank them.
There's differently. You ain't choosing no cakes over Bailey.
I love the case equally.
That's why he ain't pushing back, because he knows how I'm saying.
Thank you, Londa. If it's cakes, he loved them.
We might have to cut this out and put this on YouTube by itself.
Not the cupcakes, yeah. Playmaker can have the cupcakes. That's what he like. He like the cupcakes.
I don't discriminate.
He look at me like,
I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate by race, gender, or sizes.
Well, for the sake of comparison, I mean, I have to do some size discrimination. If not, am I really comparing? You feel me?
I choose not to compare you. I mean, that's me.
We can compare. I ain't gonna get technical.
It's just me. The first member of Dark State taken down by Tony D'Angelo, and that would be the one that Kuma King hates the most. Mr. James was the first one to get eliminated.
I was so happy. I'm not even a big Tony D'Angelo fan. I don't hate him, but I ain't a big Tony D'Angelo fan. But he has gained some likability for taking out the worst member first. Anybody who doesn't agree with that, I ain't even got nothing to say about it. We'll just talk about some cakes. We don't need to talk about Dark State. But you feel on the wrong path. You need Jesus.
A triple threat number one contenders match to determine the next contenders for Dark State tag team titles. This is where NXT give you good, and then they take it back. You got good from Tony D'Angelo beating up Cutler James, and then they took it back because Professionalism, Darnell. Professionalism.
He said he took it back.
Swipe White is the number one contender for a dark state.
We can just move. I don't even got nothing to say about no group name Swipe Right.
Yes.
And he got nothing to say at all.
I know.
Good, bad, nothing.
But there's states involved in this match, so I had to mention it.
I understand.
Because I really didn't want to. But now the other title, I'm not going to mention because I know he hates that title and I can care less. But it was a no decision, which was interesting for the worst title in WWE.
The worst title ever made in any promotion, yo. I'd rather have a hardcore title.
But
the beat up, destroyed looking hardcore title I'd rather have.
Sir, talk to me about the NXT Women's Champions promo that was, some might say, interesting.
I'm gonna do it this way. We want our women's champions to have a little bit of spunk with them, right? We want our women's champions to show that they're not afraid, at least on the surface level, and all these good things. So I'm just gonna basically put it like this for me. We're gonna say interesting promo, but the issues that I'm having is you got to make people believe and care about what you're saying. I just don't feel that. And I'm going to leave it there, sir.
He's not believing in one JC Jane, who cut a promo reviving her number one contender, Soaruka, of how that what she has done, and yet she's still, what's the word I'm looking for? She's still overshadowed by Soaruka.
Because you're not Soaruka. Would I be wrong if I called her cream cakes?
Nah.
Soaruka's cream cakes, y'all. Bam. I had, sometimes you get an idea in your head, you need to get somebody else to bounce it off of it real quick.
But is Mr. Michaels being a little sneaky with this promo? And what I mean by that is, Soaruka and Zarya had a little exchange in the back because Zarya is fed up. She has want nothing to do with Soaruka anymore. But who came out and saved Soaruka for a 3-on-1 attack?
Zarya.
So is Shawn Michaels being a little devious here?
We got to see about Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying? You got to see about that dude. You don't know 100%. You got to see about him. See how he gonna act. Because I want to trust Shawn. Because Shawn has brought in a plethora of cakes to entertain us in the NXT, and some of them have gone on to be in Raw and SmackDown for sure. Stephanie Vakira being a major set of those cakes. But just got to see a little bit. I want to trust them.
So that'll be your NXT take for right now. Not a overall thrilling show. maybe a mid-level show that you probably needed for once, just to breathe, Now
sometimes it's just about point A, point B. You know what I'm saying? And just how and getting there. So sometimes it's just that and little fluctuations and all that good stuff. So we're gonna hit the commercial break right now, my good people. And then we're gonna slide back through. We're gonna talk about Elimination Chamber, make some picks, all the proper circumstance that we always do right before something happens. That's how we get down.
it's the men's college game.
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
The women's college game.
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference. They got their mojo now.
The WNBA.
AJ Wilson on Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
Or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
All right, we're back in the building, Playmaker. It's all on you.
So, Raw had an interesting start last Monday. We had the World Tag Team Champions, the Usos, coming out. Jay's music doing that thing, and Paul Heyman interrupted the eating session.
You did.
Interrupt the heating session. They feel some type of way. Austin Theory, if you don't recall, Austin Theory did not qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Logan Paul. I don't think Logan Paul is a shot, but they have one more opportunity. But while they was doing all that, Alan Pierce comes out. Can we just, get the show back on the trail? Can we talk about it in my office? So can the Usos do have their time that they're supposed to have? And Paul Heyman division want to have none of it. And Mr. McCain, a particular favorite person of yours, came out.
Yes, sir. A particular person did happen to make their way out.
It's been a long time since you've been able to play that.
It has been.
I thought that was the right area for you to play it.
I appreciate that.
LA Knight comes out. And he gives Adam Pearce a great idea. What's the great idea he gave? Well, you got 3 members of the division in the ring. They're right there in the ring complaining and crying about stuff not going their way. You have me right here in front of you talking, doing your thing. And even though I don't have the best of relationships with them, but I do see the tag team champions up there, And they look like they want to get down to business too. So what you think, Adam Pearce? 6-man tag match, I'm good for it. Get me a rep down the ring and let's have fun at it. And then as we go to break, the evening session resumes. Funny thing about this match, Logan Paul. As great as you've been, why would you pull this rookie mistake? Let's go over to the commentary team and talk trash. And what happens? The masked man comes back and he gives you a curb stomp.
I mean, he's been around for a while, but you got to remember he's still young because he don't be he hadn't been there every week up until recently.
But that did not deter the Vision from getting the victory because Bronson Reed became the man.
And we said who had to become the man?
Bronson Reed.
Yeah, there's nothing else you can do while you're missing the other dude, but he's got to be the man. There's no other way to do it because the other two guys are not guys that you can say you can put the team on their back. You could make them the tag team champions. I mean, let's be honest. This Usos run is not going to be good. Jimmy going to be in and out because of what's happening with Naomi, whatever's going on there. So get the belts off them, man. Let them get beat up by the Vision and lose the belts. The Vision could use some belts, but thank you, Paul, for actually having them win for once.
I didn't expect that to be the first time you said Paul. Didn't expect that one. Do a curveball on that one. And that was a good reason for you to. And that was a good reason.
Got to do it.
Not a bad reason. That wasn't even a bad reason. It was a good reason. It really more threw me off. But they ain't the only surprise Paul had in store for us last week. Elimination qualifying match. Bailey, Natty, and Oscar. This one you could actually flip a coin. All three of them have an elimination experience. All of them had great showings in the elimination chamber. So you could actually flip a coin here. You couldn't go wrong either way.
This is true.
They went the Oscar route, which is good, by the way. It keeps that storyline going. We trying to do everything with Oscar while she's still terrorizing Kyrie at the same time.
I just want to ask a serious question, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Was or was not Bailey looking very nice in those tights? Just want you to answer the question.
Yes.
Those cakes were definitely protruding. So put it out there.
I'm gonna come back to that. That's a major point that he did. And Penta beat a Grande Americano. OG a Grande Americano came out, and it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. We get to see AJ Lee and Becky Lynch have War Warriors one more time. How'd you feel about this final? Well, probably not final, but how you feel about this exchange back and forth this last week?
It's not often I say this, but those could have been two individual ones that were shorter, and we could have got a little bit more wrestling action. I like what they said, but just the presentation just did not do it for me.
I understand. It did feel a little long.
Yeah, it didn't do it for me. It'd have been better to keep them separate. And just do like two little quick promos or even like a little backstage promo or something. But, that's what they decided to do. So it is what it is.
Now, let's head backstage real quick because Liv Morgan was supposed to have a sit down with one Michael Cole, and Dominic, being the gentleman that he is, he decided to grab a seat and sit right next to his lady as the interview was going to progress. And then, Nala Primera decided to make her presence known. And she basically berated Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
To the point we seen Liv Morgan in the state we haven't seen Liv Morgan in, I don't think ever.
It was great that they did it in Spanish, but they put up the clip on YouTube with the English subtitles. And let's just say Miss Vakir had to apologize for some of the things that were said. I liked him, but I get it.
She like I said, she berated Liv Morgan, and I know Liv Morgan didn't understand what she was saying, but she felt them words. She felt them words. Them words were poignant to the point Liv Morgan was crying. She was not the same for the rest of that show. She was done. Which therefore should conclude what I've been saying all these little times ever since she won the Warrior Rumble. Go ahead and beat Stephanie Becker and go ahead and set up your match for the WrestleMania. You get to stay on Raw. And let's go. There's no reason for you to pick Jade. There's no reason for you to pick Jade.
Jade will kill you, Liv Morgan.
There's no reason. When you get berated like that, that should be target number one.
And Jade will kill you, Liv Morgan.
That too.
In case you didn't realize, Jade will kill you.
I know she realized that on SmackDown when she saw her and Jordan Grace go in and she gave her that one-handed Jaded. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think Liv Morgan wanted any parts of that. When you can do a one-handed Jaded to a powerful woman like Jordan Grace, you don't want no parts of that.
Right. And Liv Morgan, just in case you forgot, Jade will kill you.
But let me speak for Cool and myself. If somebody berates us like that, yeah, you're number one target.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be number one target.
Factuals of the actuals variety.
Like you got to see these hands. We have to throw down now.
Might lose, but sometimes it ain't about winning or losing.
We got to throw down. You caught me off guard and you said what you said. Me and you got to go at it now.
If you're gonna disrespect me the wrong way, then we're gonna have to remind you I don't play those games.
So go ahead, give me my WrestleMania match. Liv Morgan, Stephanie Becker, even though I'm going to hate it because Liv Morgan, whoever, I'm going to be honest with you, whoever Liv Morgan chooses, she's winning. It's just the way it is. She's going to win.
That's why I can't beat Jade.
Even though I don't want it. Nothing against Liv Morgan. I like Liv Morgan. But we're talking about live premiere here. Like,
what if she gets cost the championship by her sister?
That was a thought when what happened at the Rumble happened and that following Monday happened. But they look like they made up.
That's the important thing.
Now the talk has been from the online people. What if Dominic does a Dominic thing at WrestleMania? That's the talk online.
Okay, who's he going to then? 75 here?
Yeah.
Like, what we doing?
The way Dominic looks at Stephanie McCarry looks like he's afraid of her.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you make that move?
That's online. I said online. I didn't say it's what.
I know. I'm just saying, like, y'all, come on, y'all.
You
Raquel could just be waiting in the wings to give Liv Morgan that work and then unceremoniously replace her with Roxanne Perez.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. It's like Stephanie McCarry going to revert more to the dark side. Stephanie McCarry with this feud.
That's fair.
Because it usually is the heel. The heel is supposed to make the faces cry, not the other way around.
That is fair.
Then we get to CM Punk, who and Finn Balor, they had some words, even though JD Madonna and Dirty Dom cut the Finn Balor out there, and let's just say CM Punk challenged Finn Balor's manhood.
Yeah, he did.
Which now there might be some troubles within the Judgment Day because Vince McMahon's been challenging. Finn needs to step up to the plate. And with what you mean by Finn stepping to the plate, JD and Dominic, stay out of it.
And that could definitely cause some tension to rise.
Kudos to CM Punk. You know how to get under people's skin, even when the numbers are not in your favor.
Peanut brittle Phil, very smart man. Just can't stay healthy.
Flip the script on the Judgment Day. Very well done. Nobody else could do it but CM Punk. And speaking of Dominic Mysterio, he was a part of a qualifying match with Javon Evans and Gunther. 99.99999% of people watching this just knew it was going to go one way.
I was surprised.
And then Paul decided to say, yeah, gotcha. Javon Evans qualified for Elimination Chamber. The young OG is going to be part of this dangerous structure. A structure he has never seen before.
Yeah, I'm not liking that for him. I'm not liking that for him. I'm just really not liking that for him because of the simple fact he's still trying to build himself up. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't have like Trick, I get, like Oba, I get, because they're big dudes. They look the part. They've been around for a minute. They feel like guys who could, you know what I'm saying, maintain themselves in this structure. I mean, obviously he could do fantastic things because he's bouncy, which I don't like that, the bouncy thing either, but it's just, it's a little too early for him to be, I feel like, at that level on the main roster. I mean, you get a little experience, but I feel like you throw him all the way to the top of everything right now, which tells me 4 months from now he's gonna be challenging for the Intercontinental Championship and on Saturday Night's main event, the old version, not the new one.
Hey, Triple H said, "I'm tired of being predictable." And we thought it stopped there. Now it continue on SmackDown. We'll get to that. We open up SmackDown. How interesting how we open up SmackDown. Who came out first? QB1. QB1 comes out, and he already know what he's going to talk about. McIntyre, the title. But Jacob Fatu shows up.
Thank you, Jacob. Good Lord.
Jacob shows up.
Got to hear about.
Jacob put it in plain terms. He had that qualifying match won. Drew McIntyre got involved. Took out Jacob Fatu. That's when Sami Zayn tried to take out Drew McIntyre. Fell into a crossroads. Cody Rhodes is in the Elimination Chamber. But Jacob Fatu was like, I ain't gonna worry about it. Just give me Drew McIntyre right here, right now. Nick Aldis shows up. He said, hey, you can't have Drew McIntyre because I told Drew McIntyre to take the day off. Just take the day off, Drew. Enjoy, do whatever you want to do, Drew. You just have the day off. Just take a Friday off. Which is something that somebody on this show wanted Cody Rhodes to do a few times.
Just to, you know, it was a different feel. Every show felt like the same thing.
Just take a day off.
Yeah, just yeah.
Hey, what you thought he took a day off, he didn't. Cause right up in the suites, who did you see up there? Hey, that's Drew McIntyre. So he had a day off. Well, he said, I think, Nick Aldis, I thank you for trying to give me the day off. I appreciate it, but I am the champion and I'm going to do what I want to do. So I brought the whole entire suite. Jacob Fawley, he wanted Drew McIntyre so bad he tried to get him, but instead of getting Drew McIntyre, he had to beat up some security guards. Until Nick Aldis called him down and said, "Come on, let's just go. Come on, let's go
chop it up, bruh."
So that's how we kicked off SmackDown. Tama Tonga. He's a different person all of a sudden. And with him being a different person all of a sudden, he's picking up W's left and right now. He beat Ilya Dragunov on SmackDown. But the Wyatt says did that Kimmy video on Solo and this rivalry is not done. This rivalry is going to WrestleMania.
Yeah, until Atlanta is done, it's not done. Well, it's probably gonna be the Friday before WrestleMania because you don't have a lot of respect for those guys.
That's true too.
It could be the first match on night one though, or the third match on night one.
It's gonna make it to Mania, some form or fashion. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, maybe a match on night one.
There's no when WrestleMania week comes in. YA6, MFT, they're gonna clash one more time, and hopefully that would be the end of it. Hopefully,
you won't get no argument out of me.
In all capital letters,
with 7 exclamation points.
We got to hear from our WWE Women's Champion, Jade Cargill.
Thunder Cakes.
Another short to the point promo, but you get the point.
Because she's that Bia. Why you acting like a?
But they did, however, make her look weak at another point. B-Fowl's back. And B-Fowl's still looking stunning as she always does.
B-Fab. Not even give you a cake's name. I'm calling you Long Legs.
And I love them legs. And I love them legs.
That's all I got to say about this. Just a quick.
And her skin just. But B-Fab wasn't looking for no trouble. B-Fab wasn't looking for trouble. She's like, hey, I understand what happened last time. But there's somebody else that's looking for trouble.
I think then she says 2 people in front of me also looking for some trouble.
Yeah.
We know
one of which Meacham still carrying the candlestick around. And this is where they made the champ look bad. Meacham pump fake that candlestick twice and Jay flinched both times. Me personally, I don't think you even needed that segment, to be honest. If you was gonna reduce B-Fab and Meacham back to it, you just could have had them probably,
They should be tag team anyway, really.
Send a
I would
one shot.
like them to be tag team champs because they're like an actual team and they're not quite like individual stars. I would like to see more of them get the pop in the tag team division instead of just putting the tag team championships on 2 stars. Say, hey, you guys be a team now.
Yeah. But it worked in Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair's case.
But they're going to continue to do it. That's why I don't like when something works a lot of times, because I understand that they're not going to say, okay, that worked, cool, let's go back to what normally works. Oh, no. It worked one time, so their mind is going to work forever. And not just forever, forever.
Speaking of the Queen was part of their qualifying match. It was her, Nia Jax, and Kiana James. Well, we already know we ain't getting Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, so Queen, we need you to step up to the plate for us. All right, we will accept you stepping up to the plate because we can't get Bianca Belair. We need somebody worthy enough to go against Jade. We will take you to Queen. We will take you on this one. And Paul had different ideas. If you thought Javon Evans was the upset of the week, Triple H said he had one more up his sleeves for you. Kiana James qualified for money for the Elimination Chamber.
So basically, we know who's probably going to take the last pin. Well, we know who's going to take a pin for sure.
I say you got to be kidding me. It's already bad enough I can't get Bianca Belair. Now you took my Queen out. But Triple H, he don't want to be predictable no more. Which I don't mind. But this is the time you want to be unpredictable.
He's getting unpredictable.
We trying to help you put together a nice WrestleMania card. But you too worried about everybody else saying, "Oh, it's too predictable," and you throwing curveballs at us. Now we can't get Charlotte versus Jade, and we definitely couldn't get Jade versus Bianca. So what we gonna get for Jade? That's gonna be suitable for us to watch at WrestleMania. As much as we love to see Thunder Case just grace us with her presence, we also want WrestleMania to be a good WrestleMania too. Damn you, Paul. But Charlotte Flair, who in instances for me has turned over a new leaf. Alexa Bliss came backstage and she was like, I'm fine. And then Kiana James and Julia came in talking trash, which I don't blame Kiana James because nobody thought you was going to win anyway. So if you do win, you should talk trash for that night. It's your night. Can't argue against it.
Fair enough.
But the Queen says she's fine. And yes, she posted a picture on Twitter, and I was like, yes, she is doing just fine. I don't know if you got to see it. I did.
I did, sir.
I was like, yeah, that is my Queen right there. Yep, she's doing good.
You was like, I'm going to bow down to my Queen. You saw it?
Hey, man, that was hey. I didn't expect that picture, but I'm not mad at it. And I know you ain't either.
I am not, my good man. I am not.
And even Charlotte has grown on this man.
And we know she's not caked up.
She's not. But you have never we were past that though.
We did pass that.
Kit Wilson, do me a favor. Just do it might be my co-host's favorite too, but just do me a favor. Do me a favor, please. Anytime you see a Nigerian man, go the other way and shut up. Please. I don't know why you came back for seconds with Oprah Fenby. That was stupid as I don't know what. Just stupid. Anything you want to add?
I actually enjoyed it.
I bet you did.
Yeah, do something with Kit Wilson. I mean, who he gonna be?
But I will give Kit Wilson this. He is doing good with his poetry.
The first poem was pretty good. The second one, though, that was hot fire. It got you burnt, though.
Like I said, he's doing good with poetry, though. I'll give him that. Just stay away from the reeler, please. Just stay away from the reeler.
Well, if what I believe is going to happen, he don't have to worry about staying away from him. He don't be seeing him.
I know the previous week he got caught off guard. You didn't expect him to show up on SmackDown, but you don't come back for seconds.
I don't think he had a choice though, did he? He had no choice. That was Nick Aldis. That was on Nikki.
No, I get what you're saying, but here's how I disprove that. You shouldn't even walk in there to begin with.
I mean, you got to go to work, bro. You got to go to work.
No, that don't mean you going in an office.
You might have got summoned.
He probably look. You know what? We can talk another time. We can talk another time. I'm just gonna go this way.
That's fair. That's fair.
Don't we see it all the time? You know what? We can talk another time. I'm gonna go ahead and see myself out.
Hit with that old school Teddy Long, holla holla, player.
Now, we do have another qualifying match on the men's side. Damian Priest, Carmelo Hayes, and Trick Williams. Who would qualify for the Elimination Chamber? You have a former world champion, Damian Priest. You like his odds. You do have United States champion Carmelo Hayes, but you don't like his odds that much because there's a lot going on surrounding him and that United States title right about now. So you don't like his odds. Trick Williams just have taken over SmackDown without even trying.
With lemon pepper stepper.
But not even trying. They took over SmackDown. He's have taken over to the point that he did his own Booker T ad lib. Which I enjoyed, by the way. Gave me a laugh out of that one. And he did the whole thing, too.
But we really need Booker T on commentary.
So, would qualify for the Elimination Chamber? Damian Priest looked like he had it. Dan Carmelo looked like he had it. But eventually, when the dust settles, tricky Trick Williams is going to the Elimination Chamber. But Triple H was not done giving you surprises. You know what else he put out of the rabbit? Aleister Black, you get to beat Randy Orton in the main event of SmackDown. Thanks to Drew McIntyre. So you know what's going to happen, sir? We are in line for a Fatal 4 right now. I had the question of how we going to get Randy Orton involved in the WWE Championship match, but thank you, Drew McIntyre. You answered my question. So now Randy Orton going to want a piece of you. Jacob already want a piece of you. And you and Cody Rhodes don't fault for how many times already? You kept better count than I have. Which is odd.
1,700.
So we finna have a Fatal 4. We have a Fatal 4-way at some point at WrestleMania. And that's gonna be the Fatal 4-way.
It might highlight night one.
Jill defending against Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton. Question is, which one of the three is going to win the chamber? And it can't be Jacob Fatu right now because he's not even in the chamber. Jacob Fatu gonna get in on the technicality because he ain't gonna stop until he gets his hands on Drew McIntyre.
Well, he was already telling him you gotta be patient. So he told me to be patient long. So he covered. So it needs to be Randall, I think. They'll probably go, but it should be Randall Keith Orton. That's who it should be.
We already know it's either Cody Rhodes or Randy Orton because the win is going against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's why I say it should be Randall Keith.
And everybody else that's involved, have fun, enjoy the experience, but we all know y'all not winning because it makes no sense for y'all to win.
It'll probably be QB1 though. Because this is what I fear for Cody. You keep booking him in the main event thing every year at WrestleMania. You burn us out on him, even those of us who like him. Because I can identify with wanting to do something to make my dad proud that I wasn't able to do while he was alive. I can identify with it, so I'm always going to support Cody. But y'all trying me. Y'all really trying me. Extra hard pause.
What can I tell you? Welcome to the road to WrestleMania.
Oh, I know. Like I said, ain't no surprise at all.
We do have one more spot available for the men's and the women's. We should be finding out at some point this week. But for right now, Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the women's Intercontinental Championship, sir.
AJ Lee.
He's going with the hometown girl, getting the hometown pop, getting the hometown finish.
Mm-hmm.
How about we have no winner and this got to go to WrestleMania?
It's gonna go to WrestleMania this way too.
I'm saying no contest and it's getting pushed to WrestleMania.
I hear you.
But you could be on to something though. You could be.
WrestleMania is not gonna be in Chicago.
Nope. I would say you could be on to something though.
Every once in a while, I give you something to make you go, like you are Super Hall back in the day.
World Heavyweight Championship match: CM Punk versus Finn Balor. CM Punk.
He's not the brittle feel unless he gets hurt in the match and they have to change it.
Give me CM Punk. I thought about doing the same thing for this match, but I don't see a point where Finn Balor is in the main event role. At some point, it's going to be him. I got a feeling it's going to be him and Dominic.
I think, yeah. He could get the main event role down the line, but not right now.
So give me CM Punk keeping the title. Give me a no contest for the women's Intercontinental title so that I can look it to WrestleMania. But you could be on something with that one because Becky Lynch probably lose that title and loses her darn mind and won't stop until she get her hands back on AJ Lee.
Crazy, but
well, we kind of already told you the men's side of it is either Cody Rhodes or Randy Orton. He said it should be Randy Orton, but he believes Cody Rhodes is going to get the win. I'm on the same boat.
At the end, we're gonna go up the curtain, lights go on.
Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and one more to be announced. The winner, most likely, will be going against Jade Cargill at the WrestleMania.
If you want a good match, it's got to be Rhea.
You ain't gonna get a good match, so it's gonna be Tiffany. Mommy's already booked for WrestleMania. She's going to be defending the tag team titles at WrestleMania.
We got 2 nights of WrestleMania, my boy. The women's tag team champions is going to be defending on night 1. Jade Cargill's match is going to be on night 2.
I don't see that happening. I disagree with you on this one.
Hey, you can disagree with me. They let your boy do it, QB1.
I know. I'm disagreeing with you on this one. Tiffany Stratton wins. They run it back with her and Jade Cargill.
I would not watch that match because anything short of Jade Cargill decimating her again is disrespectful to everyone involved. And I will not be part of tomfoolery, haberdashery, or such nonsensical behavior.
See, for me, I have a feeling that Riho will be in a multi-tag team match for their titles involving Last Legend, Nia Jax, involving Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and involving Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
But are we even sure that they're going to have the tag team championships by WrestleMania? because they got a match. They're gonna have at least 2 or 3 more tag team matches before then.
Probably. I see them making it there because they're too popular. They want to take title off them at a special event.
All I'm saying is, if you want a good match for Jade Cargill, you give her the Eradicator. It was also a SmackDown wrestler, correct? I believe. At least she was. Yeah, she's SmackDown because. Hey, man. No, I think she's on Raw now somehow. Yeah,
Remember, she teamed up with Io. She's on Raw. She was supposed to be on SmackDown, and then they pushed her back to Raw. And she teamed up with Io and won the title.
But you don't have to be on the same show to be tag team champion, remember?
She came back to Raw. And the result, she didn't come back to Raw to team up with Io. She came back, and the result of her coming back was her teaming up with Io.
That's true. Which is dumb. But hey. If it wasn't dumb, it wouldn't be Paul. That's the match. Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill. That's the best match you can make out of what's there.
I don't disagree with you. I just don't see it happening.
I ain't saying that's what's going to happen, but that's the one that makes sense.
All right, let's get out of here. The final Raw before Elimination Chamber.
All right, good people. We got a couple of comments here. And then we'll be up out, y'all. We got Angry User in the building with double thumbs up. We got Gannibal-V5Z. Outside of WWE TKO, the Mount Rushmore of wrestling is Nature Boy, Ric Flair, Sting, Goldberg, and Jay Lethal. I dare you to debate me and say I'm wrong because only Rob Van Dam comes close. Well, I guess I'm not understanding if it's outside of WWE and TKO, while we're including Goldberg and Flair, who had poignant times in their career in WWE. So it's just me, but hey. Also said I used to watch Ring of Honor wrestling because of Jay Lethal. That's just, my opinion. But my question, I would say, but because when you say outside of WWE, I think of people who did not work for there for any significant amount of time. Like Sting, I wouldn't count because he only worked there for, a hot skip and a jump. But another story for another day. So good people, make sure you are here next week with your boys tuned in, locked, cotton, ready to rock. We will be bringing you our thoughts on what's happening at the Elimination Chamber. We're going to dig a little bit into what's going on in the world of TNA, the NXTNA, and of course, updates from AEW. And I'll be following my boy, Big Pressure, Swerve Strickland, as he descends back into the darkness of being the bad guy. As always, it's never where you start. It is always where you finish. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have, just share again. Notifications let you know when we go live. That being said, it's never where you start. It's always where you finish. For the Playmakers, your boy Cool McCain. Your Monarchy is out.